Um, Grant Cliff was just sitting here talking a little bit about the defense and said, although they only had 7 fast break points, they had you on your heels the entire night with the ball movement and the pace. What was so tricky about was it simply just not getting back, or was it kind of just anything on their end that they were doing that kind of had you guys on your heels the whole night?
Yeah, it was the urgency that we probably could have gotten back a little bit better as a group. Just making sure that was the focus, because although it may not seem like it was fast break points, they still had an advantage. Whether it was like they had the ball, they could do a great job of kicking the ball ahead to their playmakers, and if JT has a mismatch, it puts you in a difficult position. And same with Kristaps, even down the line. So they did a phenomenal job of that of running tonight, even though they had the legs, I guess, but we got to do a better job of not only coming into the game with more attention to that, because in the half court I thought we guarded them pretty well. They made some tough shots, as they're going to. That's talented as they are as a team, but we got to do a better job of making sure we don't give them the easy ones.
What kind of toll can that take on the defense physically, just with their constantly getting the ball up court, even if it's just the passes?
Yeah, it's just like especially in the situations where we don't necessarily get a good look or good shot, it makes us, a little bit more pressured in a way. But I thought we did a good job of staying calm and trying to play through it, but they did a good job of making shots. Sam played his tail off tonight, as he always does. He shoots the piss out of it, as he's done since I've been in Boston. And then, they have the other guys with JT, Kristaps, and then Drew and D. White. All those guys played well, but we just had to do a better job of making sure we came back and got our defense set, because when our defense set, we're one of the best defenses in the league.
Grant, coach said, other than the first quick foul, you had a good game. Can you just talk about that matchup with Kristaps and maybe what problems he presents as he played that small ball?
Other than height? I'm kidding. He's a special talent. He's been that. I always give him credit, because I always had issues guarding him, even when I was in Boston, when he was in Washington, and when he was in Dallas, just because, he does a good job of playing with his size, and he's a big that can shoot. He's a great add to that team. He does a good job of, even when you push his catch out, he does a good job getting to where he wants to go, and then, uses his length to either get fouled or shoot over the top of you. But I thought it was a fun game. He's a elite player for a reason, and I love matching up against guys like that. And although difficult, those are the things you want every single night. You don't go sign up to be in this league to, take a chill pill every game. You want to play against the best, and he's one of those guys. So I'm thankful to be able to play against him.
This is your first Celtics game against the Celtics since you traded against the Hornets. Just wondering, what was that like? And on top of that, you spent some time obviously with JT before after the game. What was it like to kind of catch up with him and just spend time like that?
Yeah, that's always going to be my brother, man. He's family. Even all those guys on that team. We had tremendous years together, whether it's Sam going to his wedding last summer, whether it's Peyton, he's getting married here soon, JT, JB, Luke Hornet, honestly one of the best guys in the league, one of the best teammates I've ever had. Al being my vet, I can talk great about those guys through the rest of my career, and then as I tell stories when I'm done, I'll be doing the same. But it's definitely nostalgic, seeing those guys, but it's also fun competing against them, because when you're on the team, you don't realize how good they are, but then when you go against them, you understand what it was like to get to that level, to be able to win at that rate every single night, and to get guys best, because we had a decent game. It's not like we played terribly on the offensive end, but we got to do a better job of honing in on the defensive side of the basketball too, and it shows that we have a ways to go. But I'm excited for this team, and when we get all our guys and a full deck to play against them next year.
How hyped were you when you got that first switch on the JT and he took you ISO? It's like you swipe for the raise, you knew you were going to contest the shot.
Yeah, I was just swiping, and I was a little bit too far off, because normally, you just swipe and I contest over the top when I guard that step back, but he made it, I always joke with him, because when I was in Dallas, I think he scored that first transition basket, then he missed the next, I think, 2 or 3. And same with that one, he made that pull up, and then he missed the next one. So it's just fun being able to compete against him on the other side with referees, because it's easy to, in practice go one-on-one, but he's always saying I'm hacking, and, it showed that I don't really hack that much, because I got to stop without fouling. So it was pretty cool.
And then, this is the second time you've faced him this year, but this is the first time where it's like you're kind of centrally involved in everything. You're running big pops right away. You're somehow getting KP to fight on things. I don't know why you did on those, but how much fun was it to really get a chance to really go against them at kind of a holistic level?
Yeah, I always, it was one of those where you're in certain situations and systems. When I was in Boston, whether Dallas too, and you're playing a certain role, and Charlotte I feel like an expanded role than I had when I was there, and it allows you to kind of see how you stack up against those guys. And I was happy to be able to compete, and whether I played well or not, I just wanted to go out there and really, be physical and do the things I normally do. And I think KP respects my shit enough to buy at the shop pick every now and again. But it was a good game, and it's great to compete against those guys. I would love to play them every single night because you play against the best of the best. It makes you your team tough for yourself. So with our guys, I'm excited that these guys got the opportunity to play against them because whether one of Trey Mann was in OKC, and like guys are getting the opportunity to see what it's like, and I think that's what's needed for this team as we move forward through the next couple seasons.
Saw you went back and forth with JC a little bit in the third quarter there. Would you be able to share what you guys were saying to each other in that moment?
In all honesty, we talked so much in that game, I have no idea. But him and D-White constantly call me a hack, and I'm always just like, y'all are hacks, you just don't get calls for it because you're superstars. And I always tease him about that because I think he was saying like I was fouling KP or something like that, and I was just like, hey man, you fouled AP and Brandon in 2 possessions in a row. They just didn't call a foul on you because you're light skinned and you think you're pretty. But that's all it was.
I had a chance to interview your high school coach, Brian Field, recently. He talked about you being like an active talker, one of his most active talkers in high school. Who on this team, besides yourself, is very important to like the vocal side of defense, and why is that so important?
Miles Bridges is going to be big for us, making sure he's a priority for us. And I'm not in those conversations, but he's a leader on this team. And I know as we continue to mature with one another as a group, I think he'll be really, really important moving forward. He has a good voice, and I think guys respect him. And he works hard, and I'm thankful for him in this locker room. And even the guys that are learning to speak more. I think Mark Williams will have a great voice eventually when he gets back, when he's playing. And then Vasilij Micic is really, really good. He's more of a pull you to the side, one-on-one conversation guy, but I think he does a great job of picking his spots, of not only just being a great vet, even though he's technically a rookie, but he's been playing basketball professionally for however long, and he's been very vocal on this team.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.